Alright guys, welcome back to Crunch Time, the show you get the best NBA DFS picks each and every day. Today we have a nice 9-game slate, I believe. Joined as always with Chris. He's squinting at the screen right now. Not sure what he's reading, probably something important. How are you doing today, Chris? Got the hair gel in early this time. Good to see that. I think you're muted again.
I was just confirming to see if it was actually 9 games. It is. That's why I was squinting. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully we can crush again like yesterday. Chalk went off. Oubre went like 10x, so that was good to see. He's very volatile. Luckily, it worked in our favor. Yep. Yeah, I'm excited for the slate. We got a big one.
Yeah, this is the sweet spot for you, right? I always ask you, but like 9 games, is that like do you love 9 games?
This is probably the maximum.
This is the maximum of like what you like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon calling us out. He says, you guys are late. Can we start already? Clearly not a fan of the funky music. Some people just like the funky music. Let it play. Charlie Cole says, yo, what's up, Charlie? What's up, everyone? KJ says, yesterday was an incredible day. Was it good for you on both FanDuel DraftKings, Chris?
Yeah, I swapped on DraftKings. I can't play Wiggins, so I didn't play Wiggins. And yeah, I had a good day there as well.
Yeah, Billy Kid's in here. Got Billy Kid, got Simmer here as always. 7 likes already. You guys getting there? Yeah, well, guys, if you don't know, do the giveaway today like we always do. It's for the optimizer that we'll be using throughout the show today. DFScrunch.com if you want to check it out before. So at 30 likes, we'll do a giveaway for a weekly pass. If we get every 5 likes after that, we'll do another one. So 35 is 2 passes, 43, 45, 4, and then 50 we'll do a month as well. Going up there already, Sports Simmer, already with the tally, 9 out of 30. But yeah, if you want to try it without the giveaway, you can go dfscrunch.com, automatically applied 3-day free trial. Crazy value here, guys. Definitely best tool in the game. Nobody knows about it yet. Not many people know about it. So I think you got a good advantage here right now. I think you always will, actually. But yeah, definitely check that out. We have every sport here. Basketball today, 9-game slate that we'll go over. We have football this weekend. We have UFC. We have college basketball, college football, NHL. College has been killing it lately, actually. I was looking through some results last night, and then I messaged Chris, and I was like, what the hell? Like these college projections are so sharp. Like, people are doing so well with them. So I love to see that. We worked on the projections before NBA started, because I think we had college for what, like 3 months before NBA, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-3 months. So we started working on college projections back then, hammered them out, tweaked them, optimized them, and now they're really, really sharp. Did the same thing, everything we learned from college for how to make the projections there. Did the same thing for NBA. Now NBA is killing it. So definitely a lot of stuff here behind the scenes. A lot of work, a lot of love goes into this project. So definitely check it out. Next up, Twitter stuff here. Today it was me with the tweet. It says, any slate, any sport, part-time DFS, full-time results. My trademark there. Triumph Cash Triumph. Join the best optimizer in the game at dfscrunch.com. I also did the screenshots today. Not sure why they turned out a little blurry, actually.
Did you do them from the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it still looks fine, I think, but yeah, I usually do it on the phone. That's why it's a little sharper.
Yeah. But anyway, I squeezed in a few extra pictures here. Like, usually Chris only does one at a time, but today I got in like 2 NHL guys here, Days and Chris here. This was yesterday's NHL main slate for both of them here. Days has been killing it here since he joined. Absolute monster. Love to see that. Chris, monster as well. But what do you make of these results here, Chris? We've got the pasta, actually. Can you explain the pasta? Who's pasta?
I think that's Espo. I see you didn't click on all the things here, so that's bad to see. But yeah, I think Days was actually shipping it or something, second or third, until like an empty net goal. I think it was DeBrincat, like at the end of the last game. So gotta hate the empty net goals when they don't go in your favor. But yeah, he still went like 2x here, so you do like to see that. And then mine, obviously. So I saw Ovechkin's goal prop yesterday. He was like minus 150, so I locked him in, got him pretty low owned. He was doing pretty poorly until halfway through the third. Then he scored, so he got me there. A bunch of other guys. Garland was the big one as well. He was low owned, got a goal and assist. Yeah, hopefully I can do it again today with NHL.
Yep. Love to see that. Yeah, guys, if you don't know NHL, you can still have good results here. I don't know NHL. I play NHL, and just as long as you know like what settings to look for, like what the, I don't know what to call it, Chris, like what the right stack settings are, what stack settings you can mess around with, all that stuff. You can have good success here. Projections are super sharp, but maybe you want to touch on that a bit.
Yeah, you don't even need to do stacking unless you're trying to ship a tournament. But if you're just running the optimal, you should be good anyways for cash games most nights.
Yeah, super easy, guys. So, like, yeah, lots of value. Like, even if you don't know NHL, you just know NBA, you can still play every other sport here and still get great results. If we go to the next one, Brandon's saying my sweet spot is like 5 to 6 games. I knew you were wondering. What do you think the 5 to 6 game range, Chris and Brandon?
Yeah, I like that range too.
Yeah. Ariane says LeBron hit 55 points. He had LeBron, but he didn't have Oubre there. Yeah, you need Oubre yesterday. He was such a monster. He was also like, what was he, like 40% in the tournaments?
Yeah, he was shocky for sure. But yeah, I mean, I put the laughing emoji. Ariane just loves LeBron. I think he plays him every slate that LeBron's in. Ariane has to jam him in.
Yeah, he sent me a message. He's like, I tried something different today. And then he said, locked in, he has like LeBron. That's the thing. Loves
Yeah.
LeBron. Sports Simmer, 10 out of 30. Almost there, guys. He's asking if we can do NFL streams, Chris.
Yeah, we could do NFL streams, but there's only one day left. Maybe I could do that on Sunday.
Solo stream?
Yeah, maybe. If the people want it, I'm down.
What time is it at?
I don't know.
Okay. Sports Simmer says he's going to beat you one day. He had the JTA call yesterday. Score was Simmer 283.25, Chris 283.75. So you beat him by 0.5.
Yeah, I actually had Toscano Anderson as well in my lineup, but I remember SportsSimmer saying that in the chat.
Yeah. One more here. Next up, second out of 4 pictures here on Twitter today. You again, Chris. Surprise. DraftKings and FanDuel here. NBA main slate. What do you make of these scores here? These lineups here?
I mean, they're pretty generic. Maybe DK's a little different, but I wanted to play 3 studs: Curry, Embiid, Doncic. Curry was pretty low owned. He was crushing until the blowout. Then he ended up with the snowflake because he didn't play the fourth quarter. So I didn't like to see that, but still was able to get there with Maxey. He got garbage time, so that was good. Embiid was the guy who was kind of scary. He got hurt early. I didn't think he would come back, but luckily he did. I obviously had him in both sites, so glad to see that.
Yeah, speaking of Curry, what happened to Seth? I had him. I don't know why I switched to him. I had Hood in my FanDuel lineup. Would have done well if I kept Hood there, but I think I had Hood and Wall. Then I switched to Jaw and Seth Curry. Seth Curry left with like a tummy ache or something. Like he just wasn't feeling well. Was the tweet I saw?
Yeah,
that sucks.
I mean, yeah, it's not like he was a bad play. He was starting at point guard for them, so that was good. But I mean, I don't know. Those guys are pretty volatile. That's why I stuck with Hood. His role was a little more secure. He handles the ball more. Like in Philly, we know everything's going through Embiid, and when it's not, it's going to be Tobias.
Yeah.
Seth is really only out there to spot up. He's not like an initiator, really. So that's why I didn't go there. Yeah, I don't think it was the worst swap.
Yeah. Yeah, probably could have been a bit better if you didn't have a tummy ache, but yeah, nothing you can do about the tummy aches. Hopefully he had some Pepto or Tums or something, but yeah, don't like to see that. But yeah, I think you're right about the Hood play, definitely a bit safer there. Here we have, used to be Thomas, now it's Dolce. Just wanted to post him here because he knows how to crop now. I like to see that. But yeah, is this a different lineup than yours, Chris? I think this was Opto 2 that we had, right?
Yeah, it was.
So what was the difference here?
He had Cantor, Porzingis, and Curry. I had Morant, John Collins, and Embiid. His lineup actually went like I think 20x in tournaments. So he didn't play it in tournaments. Obviously, he only plays cash games, but a really high score here.
Brent says, I didn't get to play last night, but if I did, I would have been chasing that Goot B score on FanDuel.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good score to chase. Simmer says, forgot about Maxey, played Milton. Brandon's saying, when MLB starts up, let me get on the show, Chris. Is he an MLB guy?
I guess so. I remember like 3 years ago, he asked me, he that's how we first started talking in DMs. He said he was asking me MLB questions. So I think I'm the MLB guy here.
Brandon's fronting. But yeah, next up we have 2-1 here. Young Black and Gifted, Billy Kid in the YouTube chat here, and Hakeem in the YouTube chat. Shout out to both of them here. 341, both of them have that lineup, and then Hakeem also played it's just another lineup here. It's actually pretty cool. 19th out of 200,000 there. I think that was really duped though, right? That lineup.
Yeah, that's the same one that Thomas had.
Second Opto, yeah. But yeah, definitely good results here. Love to see that. I think Young Black and Gifted also did some shark hunting again. Saw some good success there. So yeah, he's always at that. Then we have some Discord. I'm not sure if there's more here. Well, there's always more, but I think I got quite a few of them in today. Any ones in particular you want to just quickly touch on, Chris, or are we good?
I think we're good. We had Trigger here as well. Snow, obviously. KJ even. I think KJ won the giveaway, so he's with us for a week. He had the same team Thomas had here, so good results there as well.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy actually. Won the giveaway, $3.30 to 55. That's awesome. Like, love to see that. Definitely stick around, KJ. You'll love it here. Great results. But yeah, let's get into the slate, Chris. 9-gamer here.
Wait, I gotta talk to Brandon here. He says, "You played Toscano Anderson, Chris. LMAO. You made fun of me for having him in my lineup." I played him on DK. I said the whole day I didn't like him on FanDuel for 4.9, but DK he was 3.5K. That's where I played him. I thought he was a fine play there.
Yeah. You're not one of those guys who kind of tricks people, are you? Be like, oh, this is the play, and then not play it, or like this is not the play and then play it.
No, that's not me.
Okay. Yeah, 9-game slate here, Chris. I didn't get a chance to review the slate today, unfortunately, but you probably know about it a bit more than me. You always do. But yeah, let's go over some basic things here. Lots of games, so let's just break it down a bit easier for most people and me. What's the major news here today that we have that kind of like where we can take advantage of pricing? Someone's missing today, injuries, that sort of stuff. Is there anything like that?
Yeah, so we have SGA missing again. So we have interest in the Thunder guys. We got news like 20 minutes ago, right before I got into the shower, that Jaylen Brown is out today. So ton of interest in those guys now as well. Vucevic, always interested in him. Sabonis, another guy that's a little too cheap. But yeah, I think the main interest team-wise is going to be the Thunder and the Celtics.
Thunder and Celtics, got it. Anything going on in Minnesota with Cat? Is he still out? And then D'Lo with the quad, is he probable or questionable?
I don't know what he is, but they play like 12 guys. I think I said it last time, so I don't really care at this point.
Yeah. See, Billy Kid says that's Roto Grinders, Chris.
What's Roto Grinders?
I guess telling the play that you like, or telling people you like a play and then not playing it, and then saying you don't like a guy and then playing it, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, but Turnenburn's calling me out. He says no, or time for hair gel today. I put it in right after the shower. That's why it doesn't pop as much. The trick is you have to wait a few minutes, let your hair dry, but I didn't have time today. I had to just get it in there right away. I should have waited a bit and then gone and put it in on the stream.
Yeah, this is definitely suboptimal there. You didn't do the value hair gel there. Maybe keep some at your desk. You can just slap some on, get like a desk mirror, like a little mirror you can flip up.
I need a comb too.
You use a comb as well?
Of course, my hair is long.
Yeah. Sports Simmer says everyone's thumbnails are Sabonis or Vooch today.
Yeah, they're in great spots and they're pretty cheap.
Yeah. Emperor says, what's up, guys? What's up? Good to see you here. As always, Turner gets it. Now he says, But yeah, first game, Chris. Chicago at Orlando over here. Chicago side first. Otto Porter doubtful for them. Adam Mukoka out for them. Starters, we have Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Lowry Markkanen, and Daniel Gafford. Any interest in these Bulls today, Chris?
In the Bulls, I mainly have interest in one guy. It's Zach LaVine here in this spot. Like, they're playing Orlando, so it's a pace down game, but it's not a bad spread here. Pretty tight, 2.5 points favoring the Bulls, 224 over under. So it's not the worst thing ever. Yeah, but I think my main interest here is Zach LaVine on the Bulls. You can play Thad Young, but I don't know. I don't want to chase that. I haven't chased it yet this season, so I just think he's a little too expensive. So I think my main guy here is Zach LaVine. If you want to play him in tournaments, cash games, I'm good with it on both sites. Not really a priority for me, but if I land in that price range as a last piece, then that's where I'm fine with him.
Yeah, I think your boy Brandon, I think it was in the Discord, maybe the YouTube, but I think it was the Discord. He was saying how he was going to play Thad Young the other night. He crushed, Thad Young crushed. I'm wondering if Brandon's going to play Thad today again.
Yeah, he's a big game log guy. So if you ever see a guy go like 7x 3-4 games in a row, you know that Brandon's gonna have them.
Yeah, at what point does that stop? Like when their price goes up too much?
It doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop?
Not until they bust.
Okay. Yeah, so you don't like to chase it. He likes to chase it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Simmer says Tatum in a good spot with Brown out.
Yeah, the only tough thing is the matchup, but yeah, he's definitely in a great spot here.
Yeah. Okay, let's do Orlando here. For some reason I thought it was Milwaukee, but it's Chicago, Orlando. Orlando side, Frank Mason. We have a note here. Not sure what it is. It says two-way contract. Guess he's not there today. Maybe. Alfred Camino, he's out for them. Michael Carter-Williams out for them. Starters, we have Cole Anthony, Fournier, Ennis, Clark, and Vucevic. Just on Alfred Camino, Chris, I remember you sent me a tweet or like a video of him before a few years back in the league. That's a good one. Did he get like suspended for that one?
Yeah, I don't know. We probably shouldn't bring it up on the show.
Yeah, you guys can look that one up. Alfred Camino. It's a good one. But yeah, who do you like here on Orlando, Chris?
So the one guy here is, well, actually about Aminu. I actually like Aminu. I think he's a good player, DFS wise, but obviously he's been injured for about 3 years now, so haven't been able to play him. But yeah, Vucevic is the only guy here that I'm interested in. Both sites really. He's just too cheap. 8.5K on DK, 8.8 on FanDuel. I think he's a lock for me. Usually I don't like to lock in a center on FanDuel, but I think he's too cheap in this matchup. We always like to target the Bulls with bigs. This is exactly that situation. So my main interest comes from Vucevic and really ends with Vucevic. I think Fournier is a little too expensive now. Cole Anthony on FanDuel, maybe in tournaments, but we have Maladone, who's a little cheaper. I'd rather play Maladone, so I think it's just Vucevic here.
Just Vucevic. Gotcha. Okay, let's go into the next game. New Orleans against Indiana. Let's see if there's any chat here. Richard says, can you give us a top stud lock for DK? Maybe you can just give some off the top of your head, Chris.
Yeah, we're not really paying up for guys like Giannis today. Sort of in the 8K range for the studs and then balanced build. So I like Sabonis. I like Vucevic. I think they're both free squares there. I'm going to lock those guys in. And then if you want to fit another one, you can play Tatum, Brogdon maybe, Levine, guys like that. But my main two studs are Sabonis and Vucevic. I just think they're way too cheap for their role. Yep.
Jaden says, Oubre went off for me last night. Yeah, he was crazy. Went off crazy last night. But yeah, if anyone knows what I'm talking about with the Alfred Camino social media,
you should definitely stop
social media incident, just let me know in the chat. I'm not going to bring it up, but I'm curious if anyone else knows about it. Don't say what it is, but just say I know it. But yeah, next up, New Orleans, Indiana. Pelican side first, we just have Najee, Marshall, probable for them. Starters, we have Lonzo Ball, Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Steven Adams. Anyone you like on the Pelicans today, Chris?
Not really. I don't think we need guys here today. Like on this side of the team, they're all healthy. Adams isn't questionable anymore. Like they're literally all healthy. So I'm not too interested in them. Definitely not in cash games. We have better pieces elsewhere. These guys are priced the same or like around the same as guys like Sabonis and Vucevic. I mentioned I like them a lot. So I don't think we need these guys in cash games. But if you want to pivot off of someone like Sabonis, go to Zion. In tournaments, obviously, I don't mind that. But other than that, I don't think we need anyone on the New Orleans Pelicans.
Got it. Okay, Indiana side over here. I don't see any news for them. Nothing noted. Stars, we have Malcolm Brogdon, Jeremy Lamb, Justin Holiday, Sabonis, and Turner. I think I got the right Justin Holiday, right? Yeah, Justin Holiday. Yeah, who do you like here on Indiana? You said Sabonis. I don't know. He said Brogdon, right? As a stud.
Yeah, I like Sabonis. Well, obviously Sabonis is my favorite play here. I'm gonna lock him in on both sides. I think he's just too cheap. 8.8 on FanDuel, 8.6 on DK. So just too cheap for me, especially in cash games. Like he's gonna be very chalky, so I don't want to fade that. Um, but other than him, Brogdon, another guy I mentioned earlier, I'm okay with him as sort of a last piece in cash games if you're spending up at point guard. He's 8K on DK, 7.8 on FanDuel, so not the worst price tag, but it's kind of hard to play him now that we have Brown out. So we're going to jam in Kemba. Maladone is there as well. So yeah, like I said, it's kind of hard to get there now, but I'm okay with it if you want to go there as the last piece. Another guy, Miles Turner on DK specifically. I think 7.7 on FanDuel is too expensive, but on DK he's only 6.3. I don't mind that price tag. Obviously, he's very volatile, but he has a ceiling. He can go for 50 any night with his block upside. So I don't mind that play. Other than that, I don't really like anyone else.
Yep. Yeah, definitely good upside there with the blocks for Turner. Why did they get the pricing so different, like for Turner? Because like, what is it on DraftKings and FanDuel? Do you know?
Well, on FanDuel, you get 3 points for a block. So obviously that favors Turner. He gets a ton of his fantasy points from steals and blocks. But I think this is the highest, or maybe close to the highest we've seen all year on him. Usually he's around like 7.4, 7.2. Today he's 7.7 on FanDuel, so I don't think we need it.
Yeah. Okay, next game we have Milwaukee Bucks against Cleveland Cavs over here. I'll do Milwaukee first. Nothing noted for them. Starters, we have Drew Holiday, Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brooke Lopez. Any interest there, Chris?
I mean, like if we didn't have this other value, like guys like Sabonis, Kemba now, Tatum even, I would have interest, but like they're playing the Cavs 10.5 point spread, so there's definitely blowout potential. This is the biggest spread on the slate. They're implied for 119, which is usually what they're around, so that's the only reason I really like them. But I'm scared of the blowout here. I don't think we need any of them today. Obviously, Giannis is always viable. I think you can get him a little under owned today in tournaments, but we definitely don't need these guys in cash games.
Yeah, Isho says, would be surprised if it's not a blowout about this game. He also says draft Bobby Portis. What do you make of that?
Yeah, he's the blowout kid for the Bucks, but he's 6.2 on FanDuel, so even in a blowout, like it's not like he's gonna crush his salary. Maybe on DraftKings for 5.4, that's a slightly better price tag if you want to play that narrative. But yeah, I would do it on DK.
Yeah, definitely the highest price tag that I see here for Bobby Portis. I think before he was around 4.7. If we have it right here, hopefully we do. So definitely a big spike up for the price there. Two good games, so maybe that's why. But yeah, Cleveland side, we have Larry Nance Jr. out for them, Kevin Love out for them. Sexton is questionable. Starters, we have Garland, Sexton, Okoro, Torian Prince, and Drummond. I hate to see Drummond playing less and less each game, Chris. Yeah, I don't like that, but who do you like here on Cleveland? And any chance Drummond is a play in tournaments or cash?
I mean, if you want to play someone on the Bucks, someone like Giannis, and then run it back with Drummond, that's really the only reason I would touch any of the Cavs here, just as bringbacks if you're playing Giannis in tournaments. But you can do that with Drummond, Sexton, Garland, any of those guys. You can bring them back, but yeah, I don't know. Definitely not in cash games, like I keep saying. But in tournaments as a bringback, I don't mind them. If you want to play the blowout aspect, Jarrett Allen maybe, but he's 7.4 on FanDuel, so also very expensive. 6.1 on DK is a little better. If you want to play that aspect, maybe you can play him with Bobby Portis, and hopefully they get there in blowout time. But yeah, I'm really not too interested in this entire game.
Yep. Ross Best asking favorite DraftKings lock overall. Our format is first we do like the slate overview, then game by game, then we do we switch it. Then we do the 3 core plays, so we do that one, and then we do core locks, and then lineup construction thoughts analysis. But I guess before we go over the slate, Chris, right now, just is there someone that is sticking out for you?
For what core locks?
Just DraftKings favorite play.
Vucevic, Sabonis, Maladone.
Just one overall.
Overall, I'll say Vucevic.
Okay. Let's see what else. Brandon's asking, how is Sexton starting if he's questionable? So yeah, he's just marked questionable, but then if he does play, he's their projected starter. If he doesn't play, then obviously the projected starters will switch, but they're not confirmed yet. It's just assuming he's playing, that's what we have. But yeah, next game, let me load it up here. Toronto against Brooklyn. Should be a good one here. As a basketball fan, I'm excited for this one. Yeah, let's see. Toronto side, first we have Baines probable, OG Anunoby out, and McCaw out for them. Starters, we have Kalo, Lowry, Van Fleet, Powell, Siakam, and Baines if he's in. Van Fleet fresh off of the scoring record for Toronto there. What was it, like 54 points? Insane game. 77, almost 78 fantasy points on both sites. Absolutely crazy there. Do you think he'll have another hot streak here, like continue on game 2, something good here? Or do you think, I mean, he's a solid player, but yeah, just what do you think of Van Fleet today?
I don't know. Like, I'm okay with him. He's going to be probably a little popular because people will chase the game. Obviously, this is a really good matchup. This is the highest over-under game on the entire slate. It's at 240 right now. The spread is pretty tight, 5.5 favoring Brooklyn. So it's definitely not the worst option. Like, you can play any of these guys. I'm good with any of them. Like Van Vliet, Siakam, Lowry. If you want to go there in tournaments, sure. Last piece is a cash game. I'm fine with that as well. I'm currently not landing on any of them on either site, but like I said, very good game environment here. Brooklyn plays no defense, so definitely like them a lot in tournaments. If you're playing tournaments, maybe you can even create a group where you play a minimum of one of Van Vliet, Siakam, and Lowry in every lineup. Maybe something like that could work, and then try to bring it back with someone on the Nets. But yeah, I think my favorite guy overall here is probably Siakam or Van Vliet. They're both priced similarly on FanDuel. They're both around 9K. DraftKings, they're around 7.6, 7.7. So I think they're definitely more in play on DraftKings, though. Like, the price tags are just a lot better. Norman Powell, someone I think is way too expensive now. He's 6'4 on FanDuel, 6'7 on DK. I mean, if you look at his game log, he's been crushing, but I don't know. I don't really like chasing this price tag for Norm Powell. Aaron Baines, another guy that's all right, but he probably gets run off the court because Brooklyn plays small. So yeah, I think my main interest is Van Vliet and Siakam in tournaments here.
Yeah, Norm Powell, definitely a guy you'd want to sell high right now, I think. You don't want to buy high. You said Baines might get run off the court if he's playing. He's probable right now, but even if he does play, Chris, if Baines is off the court, do you think someone like Boucher there would get more run there, or who do you think it would be?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, it could be Watanabe, it could be Stanley Johnson. I don't know.
Who would they be guarding, like, that role there? Would it be on Durant, or who do you think?
It would be Jeff Green. He plays the 5 now for the Nets.
Jeff Green. Yeah, I could probably see not Watanabe, Stanley Johnson, I think, is a better matchup there for him. And then maybe, I don't know. Because, yeah, I don't know. Probably Stanley Johnson if I had to guess for me. T-Bay in the chat saying it's Kai's night tonight. Get into that just now. Rondo says, how's it going, boys? Late to the stream. Let's get another W tonight. Agree there. He also says, Rondo has 2 strikes for me now. 1 more and I'm putting him on the list. Putting yourself on the list. That's not a good feeling, eh?
Definitely not.
Brandon says you're forgetting about Powell. Powell guarding Green?
No, I mean, just in general, like, we talked about Brandon loving the game logs. We talked about Powell's game log, but I don't know. I think it's a little too expensive. Like, the matchup is right, but yeah, I'm not too high on Powell here for this price tag.
I don't think I've ever seen him this high of a price tag before in my life. Have you?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think so. It's definitely a sell high moment, guys, for me.
That's where you can use them as leverage in tournaments. Like, everyone's going to think the same way we're thinking. Obviously, other than Brandon, but
I don't know.
If you can play him here in this spot where he looks too expensive, he could crush against the Nets who don't play defense. So there's definitely merit to it, but not something that I would do as a cash game player, really.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd be more interested in getting like a Stanley Johnson or Boucher than Powell at that high price tag. That's just me though. But yeah, Brooklyn side, Shumpert is available for them. Starters, we have Kai, Irving, James Harden, Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. Three-headed monster here on Brooklyn. Chris, anyone you like today? Usually have like a favorite play on the Brooklyn side, but is there anyone today on this massive 9-game slate?
So no, not really. Like, we don't usually play these guys when they're all healthy. So yeah, I'm not too interested in these guys in cash games, obviously, but in tournaments it could be any of the big three here: Harden, Durant, or Irving. I'll go with Thomas, and I'll say Irving is my favorite of the three, just because he's the cheapest here. Yeah, like, I don't know really how to analyze these guys, just because they're all really good, but they all eat into each other's usage. The interest comes because they play so fast, they score so well. They're always in these high total games. They're implied to score 123, so that's very high. So I think in tournaments you could do it, but not something that I'll be doing in cash games.
Yeah. If you were playing tournaments, would you consider like a 2 of 3, a 3 of 3 at all, or just a 1 of 3, like a group setting?
I would definitely not play two of them in the same lineup.
Okay. So maybe make a group like that for if you're doing like 150 lineups, just so you don't get them all in one. Good idea there. Let's see what else we have. Got some chat here. Next game, I'll read some chat after I just say it. Washington Wizards against the Miami Heat. Let's see. Alex Alejandro says, hey, new to your Opto and was wondering how to determine GPP settings for FanDuel. So I guess the settings for tournaments, maybe you're thinking about this. Probably this, right, Chris?
I don't know. Maybe he's just asking what are good settings to run for tournaments.
Yeah, I guess I can touch on that. So first thing here, this section here, it's just like a profile for your settings. So this doesn't actually change anything unless you change the settings. So if you have your cash profile selected, any changes you make in the sidebar here for like uniques, for example, they'll save to the profile. So when you switch to your tournament profile, for example, you'll have different settings on that profile. So if you want to have like different builds there and have different settings for those builds, use the profiles. But aside from that, like the starting point for the profiles, they're both the same. But yeah, in terms of tournament settings, there's quite a lot you can do. I mean, you could change projections. You can change the minimum and maximum percentages for players. So that's a good one to do, actually. Like if you just build 150 off the bat without changing any settings, you can see on this players card here, it'll show you of the 150 lineups, how many of each player you have. So that's a quick way. You can see like if you're getting 100% of a player and you don't want him and the field's playing him 20, you could limit him over here in the maximum percentage, for example. You could also mess around with uniques, max exposure, randomness. Randomness just changes every player's projection each time it builds a lineup. So first lineup, every player in the pool will have one projection. Second lineup it builds, every player in the pool will have a different projection based on the slider you make here. So it'll be plus or minus whatever this is percent. Other than that, another setting here, ownership rules. So you can do like one player. All lineups must have one player who is under, like you can look at this player pool here. You can see like Brad Beal here, he's 6%. Maybe he'll go off in tournaments. So you can make something have one player 6% or less. So every lineup that it builds would have that. You can do multiples of that. So you can do like every lineup should have one player 6% or less, and then two 15% or less, and then you'll have some low owned guys there. So that's a quick way to differentiate yourself from the field. Yeah, lots of settings. Another one, player groups. So that's the one where you could put like Kyrie Irving in here, Durant and Harden, and you can just be like, okay, so every lineup that builds, I don't want to have more than two of these guys, just one. So you would just limit that to one. So that just means at most only one of these guys in this group are allowed in any lineup, and then at least 0. You can also make that like 1 of 1, so every lineup will have at least one of these guys, and then at most one as well. So you can mess around with that. But yeah, lots of settings. There's team stacking, position stacking, quite a bit of stuff. So just mess around in the sidebar. That's where most of the tournament settings are. But yeah, let's see. What do we got here? John Rondo says max 1 of 3 for the Brooklyn guys. I think that's what you said, Chris. Brandon says Powell was like 7.5 last year for a while, freak, and everyone going to be on Van Fleet. Powell perfect leverage play.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. People chase Van Vliet. KJ says I don't think everyone will be on Vliet. It was a historic game, but I think people realize that you can't rely on that. I mean, yeah, you're right. People are definitely sharp, but definitely some casual money will probably be on Van Vliet. So I actually do like the leverage using Powell over Van Vliet there.
Yep. Let's see. Mike Weaver says, "Can we see?"
We're working on that right now.
Oh yeah, working on it. Yeah, Alex says, "Okay, thank you." Yeah, just mess around with the settings. If you're not in the Discord, also join the Discord. I can help you out more there, answer more questions. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to do tournament settings here. So just join the Discord if you're not there. I can help you out there a lot more. City Wizzy says, "Is Diallo even a lock in tournaments?"
No, he's definitely not a lock in tournaments now that he's priced up. But in cash games, I think you lock him in. Really easy matchup against the Timberwolves. I mean, on FanDuel, he's 5K. I think he's a lock there. On DraftKings, you can maybe fade him, but I think I would lock him actually in both sites.
Yep. Okay, let's go back into the slate here. This game here, Washington at Miami. Let's do Washington side first. Westbrook back in for them. Neto and just Neto is out for them. So just Westbrook in, Neto out. Starters, we have Westbrook, Beal, Denny Avdia, Hachimura, and Robin Lopez. I don't know if we have Lopez in the chat today with us. Robert in here. I haven't seen him, but yeah. Any interest in any of these Washington guys, Chris? Or is this more of a team that you like when one of Westbrook or Beal is out?
Yeah, it's definitely more of a team that I like when that scenario is true, but I mean, like in tournaments, no one's going to play these guys. So I think we kind of handle it the same way we always do. We kind of look at the price tag, see what we can take advantage of, see what we don't want to do. So I guess I'll start on FanDuel here with these two guys, since these two guys are the only interest I have in this team. I don't want to touch any of the value guys. We have better value elsewhere. But yeah, Westbrook, I think on FanDuel, I prefer him over Beal. Beal's a little too expensive. I think I like Westbrook actually. Like, even if I think he'll be popular, but even if you want to play him like as a last piece in your cash games, like 9.6 or 9.8, sorry, isn't the worst price tag. Definitely don't mind that, but I currently don't have him. But in tournaments, like I said before, I really like Westbrook here, and I don't like Beal. But on DraftKings, where they're both kind of cheaper, I think you can make a decision between the two of them. 9.5 for Beal is definitely fine. Westbrook for 9K, even better price tag there. Scoring system fits him really well. So I really like this price tag on Westbrook. On DK here, he's probably my preferred guy, but on DraftKings, I don't mind Beal either.
Any concern of Butler putting on the clamps on either of them? Who do you think he'll guard? Do you think that's going to have an impact there? 'Cause he's a pretty good defender.
No, I usually don't. I don't care about individual matchups.
Offense is too good for you, eh?
No, I just think that I think team defensive schemes are more important to look at than individual matchups.
Got it. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Brandon says nobody's ever a lock in GPP. Depends on how many different lineups you're running. Only running like 3 different lineups, I would probably have 100%, but I'm not a fan of locking anyone in 100%. I've had some success locking in lower guys. Like if there's a guy that I see who I think would be like 5-10% owned, you lock him in 150 lineups, and that guy goes off. That's like a huge advantage there. Definitely brings up your, I don't know what to call it, but like all your floor for your lineups. The scores go up.
Your ceiling, your floor just goes way down though, because if that guy busts, you're dead.
Yeah, ceiling goes up, I guess. For me, like I haven't done it too often, but I've had a lot of success where it's like a minimum price guy, like a 3.7, 3.5 on FanDuel, and then I lock him in and he does quite well. So that works sometimes, but just depends on your strategy. I think, I don't know. I think it works sometimes, but I don't always do it. What do you think of it, Chris?
Yeah, so if you're locking someone that's like 5% and they do well, you're just way ahead of the field. But if they do poorly, like I said, you're probably dead. So I don't recommend that, but I probably like it more than locking someone who's like Diallo, who's 40%. It doesn't really matter. Like
Yeah.
if he does well, he's going to be in the winning lineup. If he doesn't do well, obviously he's not. But I don't know. I don't really have too much of a thought on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've had it happen where I got like top in the 25-cent one, like top 10 results, where I just lock, like the only thing I changed was just lock a low owned guy and then just run the optimals with that, and that works. But I mean, there's also nights where that guy doesn't do well and then that's it. But yeah, definitely, I think it's viable. I'm not sure how good of a strategy it is, but definitely viable. KJ says Westbrook has a high peak, 70 plus, but can also be under 30.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can be under 30 if he's not on a minutes restriction, just because he handles the ball so much. But yeah, he definitely has a crazy ceiling.
Yeah. Justin says too much, Gary. 100% and 150 is usually wrong. What do you think of that, Chris?
I think I would agree most times. I think you're just opening yourself up for too much. I don't know, uncertainty. Like I'd rather just double the field, maybe triple the field on someone you like. Because if you're locking in like a 5% guy and he doesn't do well, you're 20x over the field and you're just dead. So that's the only reason I would kind of agree with Justin.
Yeah, I mean, the nights where I do it, it's when there's like, I don't know, you know how some nights there's probably like 3, 5, 4 guys who are around minimum price and they're all in like good spot up positions, like someone's out for the team or just something like that. And then I think just like one of those guys might fall under the radar, not as popular, but still could be a good play that day. Like that would be a night where I would do that. I don't do that just like on a random night, but I don't know. 10x exposure on the field if it's like, I don't know, 100%, 10% guy. I like that sometimes. But Brian says anything can happen anytime, although unlikely Diallo could bust and ruin all lineups. Yeah. Dinda says Bobby, badass name for grown man. I like Roberto Portis. Do you like Roberto Portis, Chris?
Yeah, you should probably change his name. I like that one.
Yeah. But yeah, other half of this game, Miami. Over there we have Gabe Vincent, probable. Goran Dragic, probable. Chris Silva out for them. Starters, we have Butler, Hero, Duncan Robinson, Kelly Olynyk, and Bam Adebayo. Should be a high-scoring game here, Chris. Who do you like on Miami here for tournaments? And is there anyone in cash that you like?
Yeah, so I actually like this. Well, it's not a hot take here, but I do like the Heat here. They have the second highest implied team total today. They're at 119. Obviously, the Wizards are one of the best matchups. So I like Butler a lot on FanDuel. He's not only, but he's 8.5K. He's been paying off that price tag every game, though. He's been hovering around 45, 50 fantasy points, so he's pretty safe. He's going to be popular, so that's the only thing that I don't like about him, but I really like him as a play. I have him in my current lineups. On DraftKings, he's 8.3, so good price tag there as well. I don't think he's going to be as popular just because we can jam in more of these Thunder pieces. But yeah, I definitely don't mind him there on DK. Bam, someone I think is a little too expensive now. He's 9.2 on both sites. I don't think we need it. Like I said earlier, I'd rather play Sabonis, Vucevic. I prefer those guys. And then Hero is another guy that's kind of interesting as the last piece. He's 6K on FanDuel. He's currently in my lineup. It's not like he's in a great spot because Dragic is playing. They're pretty much healthy, but just the matchup here, definitely don't mind him as a last piece for 6K. Yeah, that's mostly my interest in this team.
Yep. Yeah, I'll just touch up on the lock-in guy one more time quickly. I think you are right, though. Like, it is kind of risky to just do like 10x on the field. 2 or 3 or 4 is enough most times, but it just depends how much conviction I have in the play is when I would do that. KJ says, sorry, I was in the shower. What do you guys think about Cole Anthony today?
Yeah, we haven't touched on the have we touched on the Magic? Oh yeah, we have.
Yeah, first game, Chris.
Yeah, I said that I don't mind him, but I'd rather just pay 200 less for Maladone on FanDuel, and then on DK, I think Cole Anthony is a little too expensive at 5.7, so I don't have interest in him there. But on FanDuel, you can play him in tournaments over Maladone, use that as a pivot, but in cash games, I'll just play Maladone for 4.8.
Yep. Billy Kid says, we're talking about cheap plays with 5x potential. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, like a 3.5, 3.6, 3.7 guy on FanDuel. Justin says, because even if your 100% guy goes 10x, it still doesn't guarantee that's the optimal build. That's true.
Well, I think if your 100% guy goes 10x, he's definitely going to be in the optimal. It's not like you have 5 or 6 guys going 10x every night. Usually you have maybe one maximum.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're playing for like a takedown, I feel like, I don't know, sometimes you just need like a different take like that. Like if you're in a rush, there's a guy that you like that's like going to be 5%, 10% owned. You think he'll go like 5, 6, 7, 8x. You just lock him in. I think that's enough to like give your lineups a chance of succeeding there with just one change. Because if you just run the optimals, you'll be duped a lot. You'll have a lot of repeated lineups. Won't be that unique.
Yeah, I'll say the only time it's a good strategy is if your guy goes like 7x, 8x, then you're ahead of the field just because you have the lone guy who crushed. But probably 8 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, it won't work out.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin likes the 2, 3, 4x the field, usually sufficient. Brandon likes that one too. We've seen this on large slates though. Yeah. Yeah, next game, Chris, we have Utah Jazz against Charlotte Hornets. Utah side first. Over here we have Elijah Hughes out for them. Starters, we have Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, Bogdanovich, Royce O'Neal, and Rudy Gobert. Any interest in any of these Jazz guys, Chris, tonight against the Hornets?
Not really. I don't think, like, they're all healthy. I don't want to play anyone here. Maybe Donovan Mitchell for 7.7 on DK. I don't know. I'll say no. I don't want to play anyone here.
Pass, yeah. The people appreciate that, Chris, when you're firm. You have like a firm stance here. People like that.
Yeah, I don't want to play anyone here.
Yeah. Okay, let's do Charlotte then. Over there we have Terry Rozier, probable. I think we had Justin saying today it's a scary Terry day today. He said scary Garry. But yeah, Charlotte side, Terry Rozier, probable. PJ Washington still out for them. Starters, we have Graham, Rozier, Hayward, Bridges, and Zeller. LaMelo Ball still priced up. I mean, is that a price up for him, Chris, with Rozier back in if he's in? Definitely price up. I mean, we've had nights where he was in the winning lineups because of his high upside here. Yeah, he's got a high ceiling, of course. Just depends on minutes. Any chance we could see that today? Like, no, not at all. Okay, well,
No.
who do you like here on Charlotte then?
So they have a really low implied team total, 108. I don't see any way that I can play LaMelo for this price tag. Either format. Maybe in tournaments you'll get him low owned, but not something I would do for this price tag. I think you can leverage the field in better ways than using LaMelo Ball with Rozier back, like at LaMelo's high price tag. I don't want to do it. I think these guys are more interesting on FanDuel. The main two guys are Gordon Hayward at 7.4. He's been playing a ton of minutes. Obviously, this is a revenge game for him against Utah. I'm not sure if he's played in Utah yet, actually, ever since. Maybe he played once or twice. But, yeah, obviously, revenge game there. He played, I think, 7 seasons. So I don't mind that take if you want to go there. In tournaments, he's probably fine on DraftKings, too, for 7.5. Like, his minutes are so safe. He's been playing around 37, 38 a night every game for the past, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 games, he's played 37 plus minutes. So you got that floor with him. And then another guy I'll mention is Devonte Graham for 5.4 on FanDuel. His props actually look pretty good. We know that Rozier's back, but he's been playing heavy minutes as well. Around 35 with Rozier in the lineup. So for 5.4, if you want to go there as sort of a last piece in cash games, I don't mind that. Don't love the upside here, obviously, because Rozier is probable. But yeah, I don't mind him as the last piece on FanDuel. On DraftKings, 6.6 is just way too expensive, though.
Yeah. Billy Kid says, gotta take the risks. Yeah, gotta take some risks. T-Base says, Devonte Graham and Hayward, good picks for cash. FanDuel, good formatting there.
I think they're fine. I definitely have no problems. I think they're cheap enough where you can play them. The only concern is maybe blowout, and they have a low team total. So that's the only reason I don't like them. But the price is fine. They play good minutes, so yeah, I don't mind them.
Yeah, got a comment here from Esho, says, I wouldn't take Graham against the Jazz. What do you make of that one?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a price point play. He's 5-4 on FanDuel. That's the only reason. And I said I don't like him in tournaments, but in cash games, his minutes are pretty secure. So that's the reason I don't mind him.
Yeah, Henry says he always sucks against Utah. Hasn't scored double digits in 3 games. Hayward.
Hayward?
Yeah, Henry's saying that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you think that he gets psyched out or something, I mean, yeah, sure, but I don't really buy into that. I buy into the fact that he's been playing like 37 plus minutes a night, so his floor is pretty safe. And he's the main guy there now. Like, it's not like he's the third or fourth option anymore, like he was on Boston. So definitely Hayward's a little different this year.
Maybe the real revenge narrative there is the Jazz on Hayward. They just want to lock him up. He left. How did he leave? Was he just they didn't sign him, or he wanted out? What happened?
Yeah, I think he wanted out to play with Brad Stevens.
Yeah, so maybe the Jazz have the revenge narrative there. Maybe their whole scheme is to lock him up, make him look bad. Maybe that's the real revenge narrative, not Hayward against the Jazz, Chris. It's the Jazz against Hayward.
Bet the under.
Yeah, Cody's saying, what is the pay down spot on FanDuel? Position pay down spot on FanDuel.
So we're not really jamming in studs today, so it's not like there's any real pay down, but we have the Thunder value, so Maladone 4.8, Diallo 5K, like Kemba 5.7. We have a ton of guys in the mid range, so there's not like a real pay down spot where we're completely punting today.
Yeah. So what else we got here? Got some Hasty says, sup boys, sorry I'm late, good to have you here. Hasty says, Hayward not looking for revenge, left on good terms. Jazz are just solid on defense. Utah was sad. Hayward was stoked to go play with his college coach. Free agent Hayward left from Ross, like you said, Chris. Just a free agent. He left as a free agent.
But he wanted to leave though.
Yeah. KJ says it's been 3 years. Thinks
definitely.
KJ thinks time heals all wounds. Does that work in basketball too, in the NBA?
Yeah, I'm with KJ here. Like, you have a revenge game that's 3 years later. I mean, it doesn't really matter as much. The only reason I kind of said it was because I think he's played I think he missed a few games in Utah when he was on the Celtics. So I think he only played 1, maybe 2 games in Utah. So that's the real revenge in my opinion. But yeah, definitely after. I'm only a revenge game guy for the first game when they go back to the city they were in.
Yeah. I think I'm with you on that one. Hasty says, take off that UK trash shirt.
I wore it just for him. I wanted him to come earlier. Yeah, I wore it just for him.
Bren says, video is a bit behind. I'm watching on my phone, so the comments are way behind. Seems like an iPhone issue there for Brandon. Wouldn't happen on an Android or the what was it called? What was it called? Bison phone. Bison phone wouldn't happen. Maybe he got some dust in his iPhone. Now it's a bit slow, but he says running 100% of anyone is a bad idea if maxing out a tournament. Pretty standard take around the industry. Odds of a 3-7 guy that's 5-10% owned going 10x are like 1 in 300. Lol.
Yeah, I don't think it's 1 in 300. It's probably something like 1 out of 20, maybe 1 out of 30. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you here, Brandon.
Yep. Sports Simmer says 22 out of 23. Yeah, guys, another reminder here. I think we're halfway point, so I'll just do it. Doing a giveaway for the optimizer, projections, ownership, like everything you see that we're using during the show, you can get it dfscrunch.com. It's our site, our service, our optimizer, our projections. been working on it for like 2 years, but yeah, we're doing a giveaway for a weekly pass here if we get to 30 likes. So if you just joined and you want to participate in that, if we get to 30 likes, we'll do that giveaway. If you don't want to wait for the giveaway, if you don't win, you can get yourself a 3-day free trial, automatically applied, no code or anything required. Yeah, definitely check it out. Crazy stuff here. Bren says, that's my last 100% comment, 99% sure. Isha says Bison. That's the one. Hey says CVB crazy today. Bunch of teams nobody will know. Good day to print some cash.
Yeah, I think Hasty also said. I mean, Hasty posted his daily 2 paragraphs in the chat. But yeah, I think he said that FanDuel's doing single game, DK's doing more. I usually don't play college basketball single game slates. I think the variance is a little too high for me, but yeah, I'm interested in the bigger slates.
Yeah. KJ says, actually, iPhone connects to bandwidth better than Android, so that's not true. I've got some comments on that. Definitely not true comment there. That's some false misinformation there. But yeah, we'll leave that there. Let's go to the next one, Chris. Minnesota at OKC. Minnesota side first. Head Juancho, Hernan Gomez questionable. Jarrett Culliver, Catman are out for them. Naz Reid probable and D'Lo questionable with the right quad still. Starters for them right now, we have projected D'Lo, Beasley, Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, Okogie, and Naz Reid. Lots of guys on the team listed right now, but you just don't like this team. They run 12 guys deep, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too interested here in the Timberwolves. There's a tight spread, and we're interested in the Thunder. So if you want to run it back with someone, that's the only reason I would play anyone here. I like D'Angelo Russell. He's 6.9K on DK. I definitely don't mind that as a run back. Naz Reid, if he's starting. He had the wrist injury. Came back the first game. He didn't start. He only played 13 minutes. Then he came back, then he played again last game. He started. He played 32 minutes. So for 5.4 on DK, I don't mind that price tag at all. On FanDuel, I don't think we need it just because he's center. Obviously, we're playing Vucevic at center, so don't like him there. Yeah, I don't like these guys on FanDuel, but on DK, you can definitely make a case for a few of them. My main interest is Russell as a bring back if you're playing tournaments, and then Naz Reid, I'm fine with him in cash games.
Yeah. OKC side, we have Dort out for them, SGA out for them, so that's the big piece there. Starters, we have Maledon, Diallo, Jackson, Baisley, and Horford. So yeah, we have SGA out, Chris, out second game now. Is the pricing, are people priced up here, or are we still finding some discrepancies with where they should be and where they're at right now?
No, they're definitely still priced down. Like, this is one of the best matchups you can get. Timberwolves don't play defense. So they priced them up a little bit, but still they're just too cheap. I'll start with Maledon on both sites. 4.8 on FanDuel, 5K on DraftKings. He looked really good last time. I think he had like 7 stocks though, so if you want to fade him,
yeah,
and kind of hope or if you think he sucks and he only got there because of his stocks, you can fade him. But he shot 2 for 12, so he's due for some positive regression there. So I definitely like him a lot in cash games. I think he's too cheap. I think he's a lock, but in tournaments, definitely don't mind the fade. Next guy up, I'll go with Hamidou Diallo. I think he's a lock on both sites.
Oh, we got Maledon ruled out, Chris.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we got Otto Porter, he's out, and then Maledon also out. Health and safety for Maledon. So maybe, I don't know if this game will play. What do you think? Maybe, do you think it'll spread?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
The first domino fell.
Yeah, we might get a few more guys out here, or we might get this game postponed. Let me just update Maledon in the tool. So no Maledon. That changes a lot of things.
Yeah, definitely. Because I think I don't know. I could see this game not playing. Because I mean, Cat had the COVID there, but he's fine now. Obviously, he's cleared. I think he's traveling with them, but now you got Maledon there. Maybe they'll just wave it off. I don't know.
Well, I don't know if they'll waive it off for this because it's health protocols, so it's probably contact tracing. But yeah, definitely big news here. I mean, assuming that the game plays and Maladon is the only guy that's out, it just bumps up our interest in the other guys. We'll have to see who starts for them. If we could just open the popcorn machine, we could see who is running backup point guard for them. But I mean, as of now, like Diallo just becomes a lock. He's probably going to be 100% owned on both sides. Baisley, even better play as well. Going to have the ball in his hands a lot. Justin Jackson, he's the cheap guy who's exercised, but I mean, like with Maladon out, he should get 30 minutes. Definitely don't mind him for the minimum for 30 minutes. And then Al Horford, another guy who's going to have the ball in his hands more. Definitely have more interest in Al now. I think he's priced a little better on DraftKings. He kind of fits the build better just because he's a center on FanDuel. Obviously, we want Vucevic there, but yeah, on DraftKings, Al Horford for 6.1K, really good play. Yeah, so I mean, it's like they're gonna be like, how many guys do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're gonna be 8 deep. So we're gonna have interest in all of them, but I think mainly the starters are gonna be the guys who pop. So here we could see Maladon came out, Kenrich came in. Obviously, he didn't play point guard. It was probably Diallo. And then yeah, Dort is out here as well. So obviously he's not playing.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah, so if you look at the second half when Dort was out, that's the rotation we have today. So Maladon, he had played almost the entire second half. When he came out for Kenrich again. So I assume yeah, Diallo was the backup point guard there. So they might run Diallo out for 48 minutes here. Yeah, it just makes these guys way more chalky. But yeah, like you said, we'll have to wait and see if this game even plays. I mean, I'm assuming it will be.
Yeah. Let's go through some chat here. Thomas Bay's asking if Garland's going off today. No Sexton.
So Sexton's he's still questionable. And then, I mean, if Sexton is out, I don't want to play that game. It's going to blow out for sure.
Yeah. Then we got a comment here. Justin says, stop phone trashing. Jeez. Let's go round ball, Gary. Billy says, what's the best way to gain leverage on the field in tournaments, Chris?
I mean, you just fade the chalk. Like, I know Billy's a FanDuel guy, so there's a chalky center like Vucevic today. You can fade Vucevic and your builds become completely different.
Yep.
And obviously there's a ton of chalk today, so it's hard to fade. Definitely not something that I recommend, but I think that's the best way.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a lot of ways to do that with our optimizer. Yeah, definitely ways you can do it. Like you can minimize the maximum percentage of those chalky guys. I'll just show it now quickly because we had another question on it. So one way you can see, like if you just build 20 right here, I don't have any settings configured, so this is just straight optimals with our projections. But what you can see once it's done building in the sidebar here, if you open it up, click players, you can actually see here the actual percentage of the players that are in the lineups that it built. So you can see like over here right now, just default settings, we have Sabonis 100%, projected ownership 26%, so that's 4x on the field over there. Likewise, like you can see here, Diallo, we have him 50% now, probably will be a bit higher, I'm guessing, with Maladon being out. But if you don't think that's a good play, like you could just limit that there. So you could put like, I don't know, not saying this is the play to do, but you could just do like 20% here, and then you'll only have 20% of Diallo next time it builds at most. But yeah, lots of stuff, lots of ways you could do it here. Let's see what else we got. Billy Kid says, who's sneak dissing iPhones, lol? Not me.
It's you.
It says here, Thunder will have the minimum required 8 players available Friday, so it appears the game will go on as scheduled. Situation to watch ahead of tip-off. So
yeah.
They have enough guys.
Yeah, but if one of these other guys gets ruled out, like for contact tracing with Maladon, then it will be canceled.
Yeah, they don't have enough guys. But yeah, they don't have any guards. No SGA, Dort, Hill, Maladon, so really short there. But yeah, let's go back to the player pool here. Got some comments here on Kenrich Williams, about to drop a triple-double from Henry Gold. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I actually kind of like that. Maybe he'll start. Like they obviously have to play Diallo at the 1 now. And like we looked at with the popcorn machine, when Maladone went out, it was Kenrich that came in, not Justin Jackson. So maybe they'll start Kenrich here. Kenrich has given me personally some good games in the past on the Pelicans. So I'm a fan of him. He's a hustle guy. He gets you some stocks, rebounds pretty well. So I'm a fan of Kenrich if he's starting.
Yeah. Henry says Kenrich Williams is a dog. City
Yeah.
Wizzy says, what, Chris?
He is.
Yeah. City Wizzy says if the game plays, every OKC possession is a Diallo Horford pick and roll.
Yeah, it might get ugly. I mean, luckily they're going against the Timberwolves, so
That might
too
be
bad.
good for D'Lo. He might play.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only have 8 bodies right now. I think they have 8. So if one more guy's out for whatever reason, then they can't play there. So hopefully the game goes on. I guess if you have guys in this lineup, you might get the refund if it does get canceled on FanDuel and Draft. No.
No, there was only a refund because you couldn't swap to anyone.
Oh, so if
I mean, we're gonna know before this game locks. So
you would just have these 2 games here: Detroit, Phoenix, Boston, Clippers to swap from.
no, this game locks at 5 p.m. our time. So there's gonna be Washington, Miami, Utah, Charlotte, Detroit, Phoenix, and Boston Clippers that are all gonna be able to play. I mean, late swap too.
Yeah, unless it gets canceled like right after the lock or something, then I guess refunds.
No, definitely. I don't think there's gonna be refunds.
Okay. Cody says if playing one line, do we have to change anything in the optimizer?
No, you could just run with default settings.
Yeah, that's what I always say. Like projections, super sharp here. Most days, the top optimal here that we get. Typically, it's what a lot of the pros land on as well. So, just goes to show you how sharp the projections are here. Yeah, I mean that says a lot. I think so. You don't really have to change too much if you're playing cash lineups here. I guess you can just I think Chris said this. You can just look at a few of them and see like if there's a 1v1 or 2v2 or something that you like between some of them, and maybe make your stance there. But
Yeah,
still,
obviously these aren't the optimals because you have the 10% thing.
Yeah. Do I? No.
Oh, you don't?
No. But maybe the projections will update. I don't know. Maybe I have some setting. I'll check later. But yeah. Let's go into the next game. We have Detroit Pistons at Phoenix Suns. Detroit side, we have Saban Lee. Don't know who that is. He's questionable. Wayne Ellington questionable. Jahlil Okafor, he's out. And D Rose probable. Starters, we have DeLon Wright, Ellington, Grant, Griffin, and Plumlee. Who do you like there, Chris, if anyone?
So I was actually wrong. I saw Cam Johnson and I thought those weren't the optimals, but yeah, he's in there now. But with this Detroit team, it's only one guy I have interest in, and only on FanDuel. It's Jeremy Grant. He's still 6'8", so it's super cheap price tag for him. They're implied to score 103. That's very low, so that's why I don't want to play anyone else here. But I love Jeremy Grant. He's very active. He gets you stocks, so I don't mind playing him for 6'8" on FanDuel. 7K on DK. I don't think we need it as much. I mean, it's not a bad price tag, but like I said, I don't think we need it as much. Yeah, that's pretty much it on the Pistons.
Okay. Phoenix side then, we have Nader questionable, Crowder doubtful, Saric and Campaign are out for them. Starters right now we have CP3, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Bridges, Cam Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton. Ayton's been looking pretty good recently, I think. 7-1K price tag on DraftKings here. Obviously on FanDuel you have a different center in mind today, 8-5 over there. Anyone on Phoenix that you like, Chris?
Oh, so even Ayton on DraftKings where he's cheaper, I don't have interest in him. Vucevic is in a much better spot, and Horford is in a much better spot. This Suns team is pretty hard to pick from. Like, they play pretty slow now. They're playing the Pistons. They also play slow. So this game has the lowest over-under. It's at 214 right now. So not a great DFS game, but I mean, Cam Johnson, This guy never seems to get there for me. But with Crowder doubtful, that's the only reason I have some interest there. A few more minutes for him, and obviously Nader is questionable, so that'll help as well. So if you play Cam Johnson as the last piece in your cash games, I don't mind that. But and then let me see here. Frank Kaminsky, another guy I kind of want to touch on. Maybe on DraftKings for 3-4 in tournaments, you can do that. But the thing with him is he doesn't get too many minutes. He's a pretty good point per minute guy, but I mean, like if this game blows out, he's going to crush, or at least he should crush in the blowout time. So I have some interest in him on DK in tournaments, but I think my main interest is probably Cam Johnson as the last piece on FanDuel.
Yeah. Yeah, Cam Johnson doesn't get you there. Hasn't got you there in a while, right, Chris?
Yeah, not since last season, I don't think.
Yeah. Has he been struggling, or what's going on there? Because he was a good play a few nights, but I think he didn't do too well for his price tag. Do you know what like the issue you're seeing with him is? Just not shots not going in, just not doing much out there, or what?
He's kind of getting exercise. Like his usage rate is just really low now. Kind of surprising. When he was playing off the bench, it was around like 20%. Now it's around 10%. So I think actually starting, like Cam Johnson starting is worse for him. He doesn't get the second unit usage. So, I mean, on this slate right now, I'm fine with it as the last piece. But I'm not sure if I'm going to lock that in at the end.
Yeah, makes sense. Ross says, hate playing the Suns with Booker and CP3 playing.
Yeah, I mean, I miss when CP3 was not on this team. I could just play Booker every night. He always smashed.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good times then. Booker was better back then, fantasy-wise at least. But the Suns are doing quite well, right, this year?
I'm honestly not sure. I think they are.
I remember they were. I don't know if they still are, but yeah. Last game here, we have Boston against the LA Clippers. Should be an interesting game here. Boston side first, we have Kemba Walker marked as in. Peyton Pritchard back in. I know Hasty's going to be happy about that one. Hopefully he sees some floor today. Jaylen Brown out for them. Big news that we got before the show started. Langford is also out for them there. So starters, we have Teague, Ojale, Tatum, Tice, Thompson. Four T's over there, Chris. Who do you like on Boston?
So the main guy is going to be Kemba Walker with no Brown. Kemba gets the biggest boost here. Obviously Tatum does as well, but for Tatum, it's kind of a tough matchup. Like he's going to be guard. I mean, I said it earlier. I don't really care about the individual matchups, but I can make an exception with Kawhi. I expect him to be on Tatum, maybe Paul George. So I don't love that. Kemba's the main guy here for me. He's 5.7K on FanDuel. I think that's just way too cheap. He's priced as if Brown was playing. 6.5 on DraftKings is a little more of a conversation, but I still think I can play that in cash games. So yeah, he's my main guy here. Tatum, I don't know. Tatum's not really fitting into my builds right now. Like I said before, I love Sabonis at power forward. I love spending up for Vucevic as well. So it's kind of hard to fit Tatum in without having great value, especially on FanDuel. I'd rather just pair Sabonis with Bazley, especially with Maladone out now. It just makes Bazley a much better play as well. So tough to get him there, but in tournaments, definitely love him. We've seen him crush before when Brown has missed games. He has a crazy ceiling. He can go for 60 any given night, 60 fantasy points, 50 real life points even. So definitely don't mind Tatum in tournaments. I'll definitely have to manually bump him in and get him into my tournament lineups. But the main guy here is Kemba.
Yeah. How come we have Teague starting? Is Teague usually the starter there over Kemba?
No.
Yeah, for some reason, this projected starters I see here, it's Teague and Ojale, the backcourt.
No, it's definitely Kemba.
Yeah, so Kemba, Ojale?
I don't know who they'll start for Jaylen Brown. Maybe Ojale, maybe Grant Williams, Javonte Green. Yeah, I don't know who they're going to start there, but it's definitely going to be Kemba. Kemba doesn't come off the bench.
Yeah, I said Teague. That's what I see here, but yeah, probably wrong. That's why I brought it up. Hasty said, so stoked Pritchard is back. Yeah, good to see that. I'm glad it wasn't like a serious injury. That would suck, especially I think for a guy like him a lot. Like I just doubt like a lot of teams would wait for him to recover if it was like a year, 2 year, I don't know, like season-ending injury there. KJ says Clippers are going to focus on Tatum too, so I think your argument still works.
Yeah.
And then Anfer over here says it might be Kemba / Jay Green.
Yeah, it's going to be someone random, someone who's just out there getting exercise. It's definitely not. I don't think they're going to start Teague with Kemba. I don't think that makes much sense. So I think it's going to be one of those exercise guys like Devonte Green, Grant Williams, or Semi Ojeleye.
Yeah. Just going to read the Clippers side here. We just got some message here from John Cotter. He says, let's go 352.2 on FanDuel last night with you guys. Love to hear that. That's awesome. Yeah, I love to hear that, guys. I guess that's a good reminder. If you're not subscribed, guys, make sure you do that. Every single day we do this show, so you can hang out here, kind of get our thoughts on the slate construction, which players we like. Always going to be free. So yeah, definitely subscribe, do the bell button, do all those things. And then another reminder, I'm not sure what we're out for the likes, but if we do 30, we're going to give a weekly pass away to the optimizer we're using. If we do 35, every 5 likes after that, we'll do another one up to 50. And then if we get to 50, we'll do a monthly on top of everything. So 30 is 1, 35 2, so on and so forth. But yeah, if you just want to try it as well, 3-day free trial automatically applied, so no code or anything required if you're a new member. So definitely check that out. But yeah, let's do the other half here. Chris, Clippers, Paul George questionable for them. Pat Bev is out. Starters, we have Jackson, George, Leonard, Batum, Ibaka. What's going on with Paul George? Do you think he's in today, or is that kind of up in the air? That seems like a big piece of news if he is up in the air.
Yeah, he has the foot injury. I have no idea. Obviously, if he's out, we're going to try to jam in Kawhi if we still have spots remaining. But yeah, we're definitely not going to know before lock. We'll probably know 30 minutes before that game starts. That's the last game of the slate. So if you want to sort of backload your lineups and tournaments, you can wait for that news. But I don't know. I have no interest in the Clippers here. I don't want to really play Kawhi. Like I keep saying, I like Sabonis, like Vucevic. Kind of hard to get to Kawhi. So I don't really have interest in these Clippers. Especially if Paul George plays. If he's out, then I would love them. But I'm not sure if we'll be able to like swap them in.
Yep. I think that's it then for the slate overview, Chris. Let me just reset all the filters. We can get into the 3 key plays we do every day. FanDuel first, so we do overall favorite play of the day, value play of the day, and then tournament play of the day. Let's do FanDuel, Chris. Who's your overall play of the day here?
I'll go with it's either Sabonis or Vucevic. I'll say Domantas Sabonis for 8-8. Really like the matchup here. Really like the price tag. Just too cheap.
Okay, and then value play of the day. Who do you have?
Value play, I'll go Hamidou Diallo.
Okay. And then tournament play of the day, who do you have?
Tournament play, let's go with... I don't know, it's kind of tough today. Just because there's so many like really, really good spots. It's hard for me to really pivot. I'll say someone like Russell Westbrook. I don't think he's going to be too popular. If that game stays close, it should shoot out. I think Westbrook will have a big part of that, so I'll say Westbrook.
Yep. What about Grant with his price tag a bit down? We saw him a bit higher. Any interest for Grant maybe tournament?
No, I think Grant's going to be pretty popular. Just he kind of fits the build, so I don't want to put him there.
Okay, let's do the same thing. DraftKings overall play of the day. Who do you have here?
So it's the same. It's between Sabonis and Vucevic. If I could put both, I would, but I'll just say Sabonis.
Okay, value play on DraftKings. Who do you have?
Same thing here. I think Hamidou Diallo, even though it's not like a 3K guy, but I think 5'2", he's going to probably go, I don't know, 6x, 7x. So I like that.
Okay, And then last piece here, tournament play. Who do you have?
I'll keep it the same. I'll go with Russell Westbrook here as well. He's priced even better.
Wow.
Yeah, so I like that.
Exact same, both sides.
Maybe we should combine this segment just so it's in general. What do you think about that?
You just want to do same players on both sides every day?
Yeah, maybe it'll be easier. I'm not sure.
Okay. Steady Wizzy says, "Do we talk about Isaiah Roby?" Not really. I like Roby. I remember he broke Vucevic's ankles one night. Saw the highlight there. I love that play. So I like Roby. What do you think of his role today, Chris?
So the thing with I think we had the situation with another team that was going through COVID stuff. Obviously, the Thunder here are actually injured, but these guys are thin at the guard position. So we want to target the guards for the most part. Like their bigs are healthy. They still have Muscala. They have Roby. Obviously Horford as well. So we kind of want to take advantage of the guards and wings because they're missing SGA, George Hill, Maladone, obviously Pokashevsky. So they're thin on the guard and wing position. So I don't think Roby really gets too much of a bump. Obviously in tournaments, if you think he can play alongside Horford at the 4, then that's fine. But I don't think they really run them out together at the same time.
Yeah. Agree with you there. Good take. Robert says Jose Canseco tonight.
Who is Jose Canseco?
Baseball outfielder, legend, Chris. Cuban born.
Looks like there's some news around him. He's fighting a Barstool intern. Interesting. What are the odds on that?
Oh yeah, I do see that now.
Yeah, rough and rowdy fight. That's what I'll say. Rough and rowdy fight.
Yeah. Justin says respect, Garry. He's the favorite, Chris.
He says respect because you know you're Jose. Well, let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
You definitely knew him.
Big fan here. Robert says check out his MMA debut if you have time tonight. It's hilarious.
Canseco?
Yeah. But yeah, let's wrap it up here with the NBA stuff, Chris. Let's go over the core plays and then some roster/lineup thoughts there. Robert saying got whomped by giant Asian dude.
Yeah, I just thought this guy's huge. He got killed.
Yeah. But yeah, Chris, let's do core plays then. FanDuel first. First up, who do you have here?
I'll start with Diallo at 5K. Yeah, just an easy play without Maladone. Obviously, the only concern with this or with the Thunder is that the game may be postponed if someone else goes out. But as of now, we're assuming it's in, so I'll say Diallo.
Okay. For the next one, got a comment from Hasty about Jose. He says Jose was a bash bro back in the day. Best posters ever with McGuire.
I'm surprised Hasty knows that.
Yeah, it was good times, Chris. KJ says, will you put it in the Discord of if Maladon is out? He is out.
Maladon is out.
He's out, confirmed.
He probably means will we put it in the Discord if the game gets postponed? Yeah, we'll definitely notify everyone.
Yep. But yeah, after Diallo, Chris, who's your second core play here on FanDuel?
Let's go with Kemba. I think Kemba's too cheap. Just keep it at that. Brown's out. Easy play there. 5-7 on FanDuel. Next up, I'll go with Sabonis. He's 8-8. Really like that as well. And then fourth and final guy, Vucevic. Talked him up a bunch as well.
Okay.
He says, any groups to set on the OKC guys in tournaments? I mean, they're so thin that I don't think you need to today. Like, they could have 3 or 4 guys that go 6, 7, 8x. Like maybe with the bigs, but I don't think you need it. I don't think you need it with the guards. Maybe like Justin Jackson and Kenrich Williams, something like that. Horford, Roby, Muscala, maximum 1. But I think for the guards, you can leave them.
Yep. But yeah, Chris, here's the 2020 builds that we have with your core locks that you went over on FanDuel. Which ones do you want to highlight here?
Let's take a look at the first one. I like that one. And then I don't know about Sexton because he's questionable. I don't love playing him against Milwaukee. Yeah, let's take a look at that fourth one. Thomas says Jimmy Butler is going to have one of those nights, 40 fantasy points. I mean, is he implying that Jimmy Butler is going to have a bad night? Like 40 is very low.
I mean, yeah, for his price tag, it's kind of low. Usually want to hit like 5x on FanDuel, right, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his game log, he's been getting 50s. So I don't know. He says one of those nights, 40 fantasy points.
40 will be fine, Chris. He will get me there. Jaden's asking, is Kemba a good option? Great option.
Kemba's a really good option, yeah.
Okay, let's go over these two here, Chris. Let me highlight differences here, but let's hear your thoughts on them.
Yeah, so we start with Brogdon. So Brogdon, someone I didn't talk about too much when I went over Indiana, just because we had Maladone back then. Before we had Kemba and Maladone, obviously now Brogdon fits in here. I don't mind him here at all. Tight spread, 1.5 favoring the Pacers, 228 over/under. So 7-8 for Brogdon. I'm fine with that. Kemba, we locked him. Diallo, we locked him. Sabonis, locked him. Baisley, didn't lock him. Probably should have. 5-6, just way too cheap. Vucevic, we locked him as well. So we have this 3v3, Devonte Graham, Jimmy Butler, Cam Johnson versus Dante DiVincenzo, Gordon Hayward, and Jeremy Grant. Let me see. I think I just like this first one, just straight up. The 3v3 just makes a lot more sense to me. We get Jimmy Butler against the Wizards. I love that matchup. I think he probably has like 50, 55 fantasy point upside here in this spot. He's been crushing as well. Cam Johnson, I see you highlighting him. He's probably the only concern, but for 4-4, I think he can get us to 23 fantasy points, get to his projection.
He hasn't done it yet.
Crowder's doubtful now. Crowder's kind of been taking a bunch of the shots, like between him, Bridges, and Cam Johnson. So I like Crowder being out. I think that actually helps Cam Johnson a lot. And then Devonte Graham, I talked about him as well. 5-4. I really like the price tag. I think it's a good price tag play here. Yeah, so I like him for value. And then on the bottom side, Dante, don't love him. 4K blowout potential in that game. Gordon Hayward, I like him, and Grant, I like him. But yeah, I just like the first side. We got up to Butler. I like that. I think that's the main reason.
Okay. Let's do the same thing. DraftKings then, Chris. First core play. Actually, some questions here. KJ likes both, running both lineups. Brent saying, what if we use Kenrich Williams instead of Cam Johnson and upgrade elsewhere? Let's see if we have that in any of these optimals.
We probably don't have that yet. But yeah, I mean, if he's starting, he'll probably be in the optimal. Yeah, we just don't know who they're going to start yet. That's the problem. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if something like if a Justin Jackson or Kenrich Williams team pops up or moves up once we get the news on who's starting. Yeah, so definitely don't mind that.
Yeah, we do have it at the bottom here, Chris. I don't know if you can see it. Kenrich Williams, two of them, 17 and 19.
Let's see. Yeah, 17 and 19. Cole Anthony, I'm fine with it. I don't know. I think we have to wait and see who they start first, and then we can kind of adjust. But I definitely think the optimal here that we went over will change when we get that news.
Yep. Cody's asking thoughts on Clarkson today.
Yeah, I had a lot of interest in him earlier, only on FanDuel. He's 4.5K, so his price tag went way down. He always chucks, so I definitely don't mind him for 4-5.
Okay. Let's run it back on DraftKings, Chris. First core play here. Who do you have? Is it Diallo?
Let's start with these Thunder guys. They're easier to get to here on DK, so I'll say Diallo is my first one. We can go Horford next. He's 6-1 here. Really like that price tag. I think he gets the biggest boost probably.
Okay.
So I like him, and then the two guys I've been talking about all night, Sabonis and Vucevic, I'll lock them in as well. And then I want to lock in Justin Jackson. He's 3-2 here on DK. Obviously, the scoring system fits him well here. He shoots a ton of, or he doesn't shoot a ton of threes, but he's a 3-point guy. So if he's hitting his shots, he's definitely gonna do well with this scoring system. Kenrich is 3-5 here, so I mean, if he's starting, I'll remove Justin Jackson and add Kenrich, but we're assuming Justin Jackson starts here, so that's why I'm adding him.
Okay, let's hit build. 5 guys here locked today. While it's doing that, do you know if we're at 30 likes for the giveaway?
I do not.
Okay, hopefully we get there, but let's go over these lineups first, then I'll check after that. If we are at 30 guys,
27.
20, yeah, we need 3 more, then we'll do a giveaway for the weekly pass for this optimizer, dfscrunch.com. But yeah, which ones do you like here, Chris?
Yeah, I like this first one, and we can get the second one in here just for Thomas. I know he's a big Garland guy here.
Yeah. Okay, those 2 here.
Yeah, so as I always say on DK, you have a lot more roster or construction flexibility, so you don't really get the same like 2v2, 1v1 that you get on FanDuel. So here we have a 2v2 here, but I'll go over the guys that are in the same lineup. We locked in Diallo, we locked in Baisley, locked in Sabonis, locked in Vucevic, locked in Horford. So we have 6 locks here, so obviously 2v2. Kemba, Fournier versus Garland, D'Lo. I think this one's easy as well. I'm not high on D'Lo. He's just looked really bad this year.
Yeah.
Garland, I don't want to play him with a blowout concern. So for me, it's definitely the first side. Kemba, I love him. Fournier, he's looked really good without Aaron Gordon playing. So yeah, definitely the first side here for me.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. D'Lo does not look good at all this year. I guess maybe, I don't know, he's got the right quad thing. Maybe it's worse than it is. Maybe he's just not playing well. Not sure what it is, but yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, that's it for the slate overview. Let's see if we're at 30. I still see 28, so I guess not today.
Well, I mean, we got a few minutes. We didn't do it yesterday, so hopefully we can maybe get 2 more and get to it today. I know tomorrow's going to probably be a big one. Weekends we usually get more people here just because the big guys aren't on. So yeah, I mean, if we don't do it today, I think we'll definitely get a chance to do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good analysis there from you, Chris. And
should we just do it? Give the people some love for always being here. 28, we're pretty close. We don't have to sit here and beg for 2 more likes.
Yeah, that's true. What's the site then? Name?
I don't remember. Wheel picker or something. Maybe Justin knows. He's the host.
Wheel of Names.
Yeah.
Okay, then we need the duplicate site remover.
Yeah, so okay, I'll just say it. If you guys want to enter the giveaway for the weekly pass to DFS Crunch, we'll be doing one here. So yeah, just type anything, type roses in the chat, and we'll get your name in here, and we'll probably roll in maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, and hopefully someone gets a pass here to check out the optimizer.
Yeah, we're getting some Kobe, Stadia. Let's see, yeah, 4 guys in here, 5 guys, 6 guys. Do we have more guys? 7 guys, I see.
Oh my god, lots of roses.
Roses. More guys here. Ampher, shout out to Ampher, says, "Come on, guys, hit 1 more like." Anyways, I mean, it's definitely fun when we have more people here. So we're just trying to grow the channel, get more people in here. I don't know. It's definitely a lot of fun when we have a lot of people here asking questions, giving out their comments. Even the haters. We had Reggie before. Even Reggie, like, shout out to Reggie. He was a hater. He was quite nice after that, actually. Did like a 180. Yeah, we had Reggie too. So anyone here, like, it makes it fun. John says, share the link on Twitter, people. Yeah, if you do that, we appreciate that a lot. That's definitely awesome.
Don't make me hop on the burner.
Don't what? Oh. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can do it in like a minute here. If you don't see your name on the list, just type something, anything at all. We'll get you in here. If not, we'll just roll with these people.
Yep. Boom 30. Ampfer got us there. Thanks. Appreciate that. I think we're at 12 people here in the thing right now. Wait, it was at 30. That's what Ampfer says. Yeah. Did we get Hasty's CBB picks in the Discord now?
Yeah, I mean, we got his CBB story.
Oh, really? Do you want to go over it?
It's kind of hard to go over. He wrote a novel.
Should I read it? I have the Discord open.
I mean, I don't know. You can try.
Got Alice in here now too. Roses. Yeah. Rose. Got 15 people now. Let's see. Okay.
Here's what I was looking for. The quick breakdown. Basically, lock in Jones from Penn and print money. It's that easy. That's all we need, Hasty. That's all we need from you.
Oh, we got this. Good morning, gentlemen. Yesterday was a pretty good night. Garza had a serviceable game.
The people don't want to read all this. This is for the true Hasty lovers.
I sort of like the long form content, so I'm with the long form. I'm just gonna give him a fire emoji here. Can I? There we go. But yeah, I'm with the long form content. I think we can do long form, and you could do like a summary at the end for the people who have a short attention span. I like to get into Hasty's brain and just see what he's thinking, and you can't do that with just a list. I like it. I don't know. It's just me though.
He says this: do Trivet if you want some big value. Okay, I can follow that. Sherfield is the stud. Yeah, that's good to know. Robert, I'm with Robert here. He says maybe make a PowerPoint next time.
Yeah. Oh, let's see what we got here. Justin says Garry. Yeah, let's see what else.
Let's roll it. Let's roll it for the people.
Okay, I got 17 in here. Let me just paste it in one more time. I think that's the one. Just got a question on basketball, Chris. Quick question from Ampfer. Would you take a chance on Pritchard and GPP DK as the last guy in?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the only concern with me is maybe they limit his minutes coming off the injury. But yeah, I definitely don't mind Pritchard here with Brown out.
Yeah, he says, sorry guys, hard to be concise. I don't mind it. Like I said, I like long form, and then just summarize at the end. Just do like a list, like, I don't know, you could do stud or just top plays, make a list like that. And then maybe if you want to format it by like value plays, or like you could just do safe and risky plays, do two sections and do a list like that. Jaden says, would you stack 4 OKC players, Chris?
Yeah, I mean, in cash games, they have 8 guys, 8 bodies today, so I mean, definitely no problems with that at all.
Yep. Let's shuffle this list a bit. Got that. Okay, let's do it.
John, Mike. Oh. Nice, Mike. Spin to win.
Jeez. If the wheel had those, like, I don't know what they're called, like the bumpers on the side where like the thing hits them and goes like that, it definitely would have stopped there, I think, at John.
Yeah.
That was close. Does Mike know how to do it?
So Mike's a member, so we just DM Garry in the Discord. Say you won. Obviously, we know your name in the Discord. It's the same. Yeah, so just DM Garry. He'll extend your current membership.
Yeah, send me a message, DM like Chris said, and then I'll do that. Also, just include your email as well, because I need to know the email to extend in Stripe or PayPal, whatever it is. Yeah, we got a comment here, Chris, from John. He says, screwed with no pegs. agree. You were taking a, I don't know, you didn't like my spin wheel.
Oh, this one's not rigged. Yours was rigged.
This one doesn't have pegs, so John could have won there with the peg. Like, it would have slowed down. But I mean, then again, if they all had pegs, maybe it wouldn't stop at John. Maybe it would have stopped earlier. But yeah. Turner says, had to step away for a second. Can you tell me who the DKGPP play was? We had Westbrook. Westbrook is the play on both sites, FanDuel and DraftKings tournament play.
Yeah, I mean, just some like general thoughts. I like Westbrook there. I also like the Toronto-Brooklyn game. People usually don't like to play those guys, especially Brooklyn, just because you don't know who it's going to be. But I like playing one of those guys, running it back with someone from Toronto. I think you can definitely do that in tournaments today. Stack that game up. It's the high total game, and I think it goes a little under-owned today.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys didn't win the giveaway and you want to try it out anyway, any new member here, if you've never been with us, just go to dfscrunch.com, sign up here. You can get 3 days free trial, so you won't be charged until after the third day. You can cancel anytime you'd like. So if you just want to try 2 days, cancel it on the third day, that's totally fine. Just try it out. I'm sure you'll love it. Every sport we have on both FanDuel, DraftKings, main sports there. Today we have basketball. We have basketball on the weekend. We have college basketball. We have Super Bowl coming up. We have got UFC coming up. So lots of stuff this weekend. So I think it's a good day to take advantage of the trial if you've never been with us. But yeah, any closing remarks, Chris, from you about the slate? Any news that we should keep an eye out for that could break the slate? I guess we got the OKC game might get canceled. Probably not, but could be canceled. We got one guy with contact tracing there, but other than that, anything like that?
Yeah, just the OKC guy. OKC game. Sorry. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Obviously, we'll update everyone in the Discord if that game gets postponed. I'm sure it'll be all over your Twitter timelines. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Robert says Boucher reign over. I don't think it's over. Just Nick Nurse doesn't trust him, but I think today could be an interesting spot for him, especially with the low price, and I think probably low interest as well. So I'll probably have him in tournaments myself. I think could be a good matchup there today for him. Chris said Baines could get run. Would you say Baines run off the court?
Yeah,
Baines can get run off the court. I feel like Boucher would be the good guy, like again in a good spot there. So I have interest in him. We've also got the matchup Slim Reaper versus Slim Duck. So I also like that. That'd be cool if they were guarding each other. Yeah, Robert says 4-7 FD looking like a snack. Sexton is playing from Jaden, Chris.
Yeah, so that's as expected. I'm glad he's in. I didn't want him to be out. Then we probably would have had to play Garland. I didn't want to play Garland with the blowout risk, so I'm glad he's in. He's a tough guy.
Wait, what I see here, it says Cavs announcer Austin Carr said Sexton is expected to play.
I don't know. It says he'll play. I mean, it's probably on the injury report.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. KJ says, my guy Nick Nurse does not call timeouts. Other team on 12-0 run, he just lets it run. Yeah, Sexton's a dog from Hasty. He's got that Sexton t-shirt, stare down. He is a dog. But yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, appreciate all the chat, all the comments, questions, all that stuff. It makes it a lot of fun. We'll be in the Discord updating core plays if there's anything that's new. We'll be bringing up any major news there as well, like we always do, answering questions about construction, optimizer, anything like that. So if you're a member and you're not in the Discord, definitely join. And then another reminder, guys, if you're not subscribed, subscribe, hit the bell button, hit all. We do the show every single day, weekends too, so we'll be here tomorrow as well. So this is always going to be free, so definitely do all that stuff. Come hang out again, ask your questions. And yeah, guys, good luck today, and we'll see you all tomorrow.